Christine, time for a Scraplift Crafternoon. Let me show you our lift here. It is by Janine Bushell. She has a blog, Janine Bushell. We'll have links and stuff, but it's a nice, I want to say kind of simple-ish layout. She's got basically, you know, an outside, and then she's got a big square here, and she's got 3 photos, 2 vertical and a horizontal. I know Kristen's been trying to get different orientations of photos done, so this is kind of interesting. This was picked, because she didn't pick this one, actually. Karen picked this one. And then there's like a couple of horizontal pieces, some big clusters, and a little journaling tag. Now, this is actually a Disney layout because it's Navi, and this would have been in Animal Kingdom, I believe. So we went to Disney a couple years ago, and I thought I had Animal Kingdom pictures, but I guess I've scrapped them all, so I didn't really have any left. But I did have some from when we were getting on little gondolas to go to Hollywood Studios. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do that park. And I have a few little papers here from, I think it's Simple Stories. Yeah, Simple Stories Say Cheese 2. And in a photo play, which is from, it says Solids Plus, but I think it came in some of their Magic Kingdom-y stuff. So I think I'm going to use black on the outside here, because this is kind of a less, well, I didn't really find any colors that work for me, I guess, out here. At least initially. I don't know, we'll see. I think I'm going to mat it with black, and then I have these 2 pieces here kind of for my horizontals and stuff. I'm kind of sad, though, because I really love this here. So what I may actually do, I said that. I don't know, y'all. I may have to change my mind. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, that's what I'm starting with. I do have my whole big old little Disney stuff here to pull out like ephemeras and whatnot. So I will get into that. So let me actually get my papers organized here, figure out if I'm going to mat it in black or mat it in this. And I'll be back on in a second.
All right, gang, I decided to stick with the black as my outside border. I just thought it was better. And I'll end up using that little diagonal stripe on the right-hand side as the little extra piece that she had. Now, I did have to trim down my photos. And then this right here, so this was the little gondola. I took a picture. It wasn't the one we were on technically, because obviously we would have been on it. But I did take a picture of this gondola because this is what we rode over from our resort to the park. And I decided she had a little circular element. I think it was like I don't even know if it was a mandala or like a flower or something like that. But she had a circular element down on that on the right photo down there. And I thought, you know, I'm going to take this picture and show this little gondola. And I just made it a little round element. I used my 2.5 inch punch. And then what I end up doing, you'll see in a minute, I'm going to end up looking at the borders here for the photos. But first I'm going to cut these horizontal pieces. And these are cute. I actually kind of like these. Ones are, you know, the ticket pieces. And I thought that was kind of appropriate because this was our transportation over to the park. And then, of course, the little stars, which is the back side of that. Is that right? Yeah, it's the back side, I think, of that diagonal stripe. But it was better. It was better. I like this better. So at first I thought to use the branding strip as the right-hand piece on the outside of the craft. And then I realized that wasn't going to be big enough. So I went ahead and cut that piece because I go, well, Christine, you've already cut into the paper. You might as well just use it. So that is going to be that little extra piece on the outside of the craft piece. And I'm going to just kind of measure these pieces here so I know how long to make them. I started to eyeball it and I thought, no, go ahead and just be a little bit extra, Christine, and measure just to make sure. Because I would have hated to cut it too short. And that's just, that's the worst when you cut it too short. Because I will have to make a little banner piece on the little stars, and that'll be easy. I'm just going to fold it over and cut my little point in there. And then I will end up pulling out my black marker and drawing a line, like a little border around the outside pieces. I'll do that on these little borders, and then I'll also do it on the craft, and then I will do it on the little the diagonal stripe. I don't think she did that, actually. I think she may have just inked the edges looking at the layout, but I thought it looked good here. She might have... I say that. I'm not looking at her piece right now, but she might have actually drawn the outside line on the outside border on the craft, but I kind of liked it on these little horizontal pieces here too. So now I'm going to start kind of gluing stuff down. You see there's my little diagonal stripe here, and I really like how this color palette works together. It's kind of the more like vintagey color scheme, if you want to call it that, I guess. So, you know, the normal color schemes are kind of bright and, you know, bright yellow, bright red, bright whatever. And this is the more vintagey. I don't think I have any more papers from this collection, which makes me a little sad because I'm going, oh, crap, how did I use all my vintage papers first? That's so funny. I will tell you a little bit about the pictures, too. So, again, like the pictures are of us about to get on the little gondola thing. We stayed on the park, I guess. is that what that's called? In the park, I guess. We were in one of the resorts that are like the park resorts. And there's always transportation from the resorts to the park, so you don't have to, do outside transportation. And to get to this particular resort was the little gondola deal. I don't know if they call it the gondola. I feel like they call it something else, but we used it. And I'm going to tell my mama, and she watches my videos, so I'm sure she'll comment. But the first 2 days, I think it was the first 2 days, she had this scooter. We had rented her a scooter. She had been through cancer treatments and stuff, so she really wasn't going to be able to walk all these parks. I mean, it's just miles and miles, right? So we'd rented her a little scooter, and two things happened. First off, the thing wouldn't hold its battery. When I called them, they said, oh, you should have had an extra battery. Well, it wasn't in there. I don't know where, we didn't get it. So, okay, so she rode it for, an hour or two, and the darn thing died. And then there's no real way to charge them. There's no chargers anywhere, which is kind of bewildering, if I'm honest, considering the large number, the parks and stuff. But you would have to find a plug somewhere, and it was just not convenient at all. And then the second thing, if you're not used to driving these things, they're fairly maneuverable, but the queue lines are kind of sharp turns, right? If you imagine like an S, queue line, and then trying to drive this darn little scooter in these S queue lines was kind of it turned into a bit of a mess. My mama was bumping all into stuff, and we realized on the middle of the second day that scooter was not going to work. So we ended up renting her a little wheelchair, which was actually less expensive anyways. And my husband pushed her. And so honestly, that turned out good because it kept him busy. And he was actually running through the park with her, pushing her. And it was like a little ride, I think, in and of itself. But anyway, so the scooters didn't stay very long. We didn't keep the scooter very long. But this particular day, she was still on the scooter. So there you can kind of see I've kind of punched out that little gondola deal, and that's in that lower right hand. Now, instead of the tag that she had the journaling on, I really didn't have enough room. You'll notice my one picture there is wider, but I couldn't really trim it because I would have lost either my mom or my husband. I didn't want to lose that. So a little bit longer. So I decided to use this little sticker here that says our magic adventure starts here, and it's kind of pointing to the little gondola. So I thought that was kind of cute. Now I've gone off and I've got this font. This is not related to this collection at all. I honestly don't remember where I got it. It's kind of older, but I'm going to spell out the 2020 up at the top because she had the year on her layout. And then I will also find in my sticker box here, and you can't see me, I'm searching. I'm sorry, I should have cut this part out. But I'm searching in my little sticker box for some letters, and I have these little letters, and I'm going to put SEP because it was September 2020. Because it was my mama's birthday. It was a birthday present. So I'll put that up there. And I'm going to end up finding, I don't even have much of the little ephemeras from this collection left, y'all. You can kind of see there, I've got the little frames, and I've got like, one or two little things. There's a little piece of chipboard there. I do put that chipboard right there. I find this tag here and I stick it there. I actually end up kind of moving that around a little bit, but it does end up there. So I'll cut away when I start fastening with things because I will take that out and put something different. I was struggling a little bit because I thought it might be a little too big. It looked a little weird to me, but I'll end up pulling a little sticker of like a viewfinder and kind of filling that gap between the bigger circle and the tag, and I like that a lot better. But I will fasten around with that for just a minute. Then I'm finding this title. I'm just calling it Magic Memories. I'll handwrite day 2 on there, but for the moment, that's what I have as the title. And then she did have little Mickey ears on the top of her photo up there, so I went ahead and grabbed some Mickey ear stickers, and I'll add that to the top of my photo. And I don't know, y'all, I start kind of getting into stuff. Oh, this little M here, he was cute. So I tuck him in behind the month and the year. I kind of fast around that for just a second. And honestly, guys, I almost forgot to glue it down. I had to get into I was picking it up and looking at it, and I go, oh, shoot, you didn't glue that down yet, Christine. So here's, I'm going to cut away because I just kind of fast around stuff. You can see the little viewfinder sticker now I stuck in between the tag. I find this other little sticker. It's like a half-ear heart type deal. And then I will pull out the puffy stickers in a minute, and I'm going to pull off little sunglasses because my mom was wearing sunglasses, and a little like pie chart that says like ride and fun and stuff like that. And that's going to go on that left-hand side over there. Let me see what I pull off first. Yeah, I think I pulled that one off first. I'll have to glue all this down too, by the way. None of it's really stuck real good. It's got sticky on it, but it's not terribly sticky. And then I'm going to put the little sunglasses over there. I don't really add a ton of journaling. I thought, I might, I got to think about it. I don't want to mess up the design. Maybe I'll write on the back or something that this was their little transportation. I mean, you kind of can tell, right? I mean, we're getting on, and then I've got the entrance to the park. But that's what that is. Now, then I also had picked up these little Mickey ears enamel dots at convention, and I love these little things. They're shiny enamel dots, and I'm going to just kind of sprinkle these around. You'll see like little batches of 3, and I'm just going to kind of fill these little pieces in. I don't do any mixed media or anything like that. this is kind of a busy layout, if I'm honest. It's got a lot going on. I think the pictures are a little bit busy. Saturn decides to join us, and she will kind of come back and forth, y'all. So my apologies. She'll kind of get in the light a little bit. I try to push her away, but she's just stubborn. It's her time of the morning for her treat, and she's like, Mama, 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 where's my food? I'm just like, give me just a minute, okay? Anyways, I'm going to try to finish these little... I tried to stick a little ear inside the... I saw like a little tiny dead space between my round gondola picture and my little sticker. And I stuck it down there, and then I left it there, and then I moved it, and I decided, no, it doesn't look good there, so I won't leave it there. I'm going to move it. I take it out anyways. So that's all I'm going to do, y'all. I thought this turned out real cute, and I think I kind of gave an homage to the original layout there with the Disney and all that. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlist. We have about 4 or 5 ladies that play along, so make sure you check out their interpretations. And, of course, the original. Always give the original creator some love. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.